Mount Vernon is without a doubt an interesting tourist site near Washington, D.C. The estate of our nation's first president, George Washington, makes him seem more human than he would be in a history book. Today I, Michael traveling the world, will give you a taste of what Mount Vernon is like, in both the good and bad sense. So if you've been to Mount Vernon, help me spread the word so that the tourist experience can improve. Now, let's get started. First off, Mount Vernon was George Washington's tobacco and wheat plantation. He planted wheat instead of tobacco later on, because tobacco depleted a lot of the soil's nutrients, versus wheat didn't. And he practiced crop rotation. He inherited this plantation after his brother Lawrence died in 1754. He then began leasing it out, and in 1761 he became the owner. The Washington family first acquired the land in 1674 by George's grandfather, also called Lawrence. His father Augustine built the first house in 1734, which was 2 years after George was born. After moving in, George Washington expanded the original house twice, in the 1750s and 1770s, and to this day, you might see the restoration work going on due to the building being made entirely of wood. The estate features monuments to his hundreds of slaves, monuments to the man, George Washington, huts for washing clothes and cooking, among other tasks, his gardens, to which he devoted much of his attention. He really prided himself as a gardener. And of course, the mansion itself, which if you've been following me on Instagram, know is an amazing view from out of the backyard overlooking the Potomac River. This mansion is located half an hour away from D.C. If you want to eat, there is a food court. And this is for more simple food, like I had pizza there, which is really great. But if you want more of a full-blown meal, you can go to the Mt Vernon Inn restaurant and have some southern food. All good, right? Well, yes. But there is one problem that needs to be fixed immediately. So what is the problem? Well, the problem is how the admission to the mansion is organized. There are 2 tickets. One for the gardens and the monuments, and one for the mansion. You can tour the gardens at your own pace and time. However, the mansion, well, understandably so, is a different story. They can't let too many people into the mansion, so what they do is let in a group of 20 every 5 minutes. And by the way, they are strict about this. They literally can't let you in right on the dot, and no earlier, and no more than exactly 20 people. They literally count heads. At first, the visit seems fine. You go into the first 2 rooms, and a guide explains what is there and the significance, and only lets you out after everyone in the next room is finished. However, it then turns to chaos. In the rooms that follow, you continue to have guides that explain to you the significance and function, but one thing changes. One thing. The door doesn't shut, and you don't have the room just for your group of 20. The rooms are for everyone currently in the mansion. So the group for 5 minutes before, and 10 minutes before, and maybe even 15 are there. Now here's what that does, which are 2 things that are symptoms of the same disease. You can't see the rooms very well, and can't hear the guide well. Okay, so why is that? Well, the answer is the same to both questions. Crowds. Since the rooms aren't exclusively for your group of 20, they become a mad and sweaty rush, making the house not interesting anymore, since the main focus is, how do I shuffle through the crowd? So what solutions are there? I have 2. Replace the guides with posted signs, which cause people to go through the house more quickly. Or, it's either or. It's one or the other. Or shut each room and have the group of 20 in the room until the next one is finished. Now, to create this change, we need to make this video go viral. So I will be tagging the Mt Vernon Instagram account in this post. And I encourage anyone who's been there, who agrees with me, to tag this account as well in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and don't let this discourage you from visiting Mt Vernon, because otherwise, the estate is amazing. Have a great day, folks.